Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the cafe. I hope you're all doing well tonight. I am, as always, your immaculate hostess barista. Ooh, glug, 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 glug. Coffee time. Oh, excellent choice. I just made myself a cup of coffee before we started. Delicious. Anyway, it is Thursday, which means it's time to go back to court. So I'm pretty sure today is going to be a relatively shorter stream, because I know that there are 2 segments left in this case. Court is in session. No one asked Barista her thought on the Phoenix Wright games. I mean, you can. I talked at length about that recently. But yeah. Even though it's going to be a bit shorter today, I think we're just going to dive right on in and see how far we get. Same. And by make, I mean I took I took chocolate sundae syrup and caramel macchiato iced coffee in a cup. I love that for you. Okay, final day trial ladder. You did, and I take responsibility for derailing the stream. That's fine. You can't derail something that was never on track in the first place. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a relatively shorter segment. And we'll get there when we get there. And wherever we get is wherever we get. The stream is never on the rails, but that's what makes it fun. You know what it is? It's like that scene in the Polar Express where they're going across the ice and there are no rails. Eventually they make it back on track, and eventually they make it there. That's what my streams are. It's a train, we're on the tracks, and then we're not. But eventually we get to where we're supposed to go, so it all works out. I appreciate your understanding. To say it was my first time, I would be lying. You know what? That's totally fair. Anyway, I've said let's dive right in like 3 times, and I still have yet to actually do it, so... February 25th, 1206, District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Look, Monster, if it wasn't you derailing things, it would be me. Now, you know what? I don't even need you guys to derail me. I can derail myself perfectly fine. I mean, I appreciate that you do, because that means you show up and you interact. We just speed things along. Yeah, kinda. What the heck is this? What the bug? Get out of here, bug. There we go. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Oh, we look so sad. Come back! Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Hmm? I like that the music fades back in with him, too. You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. I take it Lana's having you run errands again? Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. All these fuckers need to leave my boy alone or I'm gonna start throwing hands. Don't worry. It's fine. He'll be fine. Probably. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law. And there's a little picture of a duck. Wait, actually, hold on. This is ringing a bell. Hang on. I need to check something. Hang on, everybody hold on to your butts. I need to check something. Where is it? Where is it? No, not that. Oh my god, yes! It is! What it is me remembering that the little ducky with the, you know, Sherlock Sholmes pipe and hat, is actually one of the stickers in the Fangamer sticker set. The criminally cute mascot sticker set. It's one of them. It's so cute. What do you mean, probably? Don't worry about it. Evidence law? Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. You could at least study some evidence law, really? Yeah, I mean, you are supposed to be a lawyer. Chief Prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're gonna need this book. Him. Oh, like the guy from Powerpuff Girls? When did he get here? All we've got is, we've got, Jesus Christ. All we've got is Gantendorf. You know, Orange Ganondorf. We've got him, but he's not the guy from Powerpuff Girls. I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Barista, that's the last thing you tell someone you don't want worrying. Well, let's put it this way. Edgeworth has at least 2 games worth of his own adventures. I imagine he gets put through shit. So think about that. Gantendorf. Yes. Evidence law securely slipped into pocket. From Miss Sky. Explains the 2 rules of evidence law. Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. I mean, you can't say that. We haven't even looked at it yet. Rules for submitting evidence. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without approval of the police department. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Okay, then. All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, Detective. I feel like Rule 1 is going to be really helpful. They probably both will. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat. Despite all these allegations being thrown at me. Mr. Edgeworth. The real trial today hasn't begun yet. What? What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Skye found out she unwittingly caused a man's death. And now, you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal! You're missing the point, Detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? We're gonna expose him. Can we not do that? I don't want to expose Gantendorf. Not in front of my salad or in front of the court. No matter what it takes. No thank you. Listen, he's got that old man Bara stuff going on that I'm sure lots of people are into. No thank you. That can stay between him and the judge. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. February 25th, 12:52, District Court, Courtroom Number 9. Yeah, not in front of my coffee.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
The Inquiry Committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions.
Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Also, yeah, I'm really starting to suspect Gantendorf. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness. But, this isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have,
struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses?
I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking, and...
You really listen to all that kind of gossip? Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution.
A solution?
That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses.
What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing.
Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
Sounds good to me. Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Wow! I didn't know that this proposal was actually their wedding proposal. Somebody get the wedding planner. Da, 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 da.
Then it's settled. The, defense may now call forth the next witness.
Mr. Wright? You do realize this is your last chance? Excuse me, Judge, but Rule 1 of Evidence Law states that all evidence must be approved by the police department? Yes. That doesn't have anything to do with the witnesses, though. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls. Time's finally come to bring out the real murderer. It's Meekins! No. He couldn't kill anybody if he fucking tried. No, it's obviously Gantendorf. Get in here, old man. Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand.
Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything?
Oh, what, you don't want to see your boyfriend right in front of your salad? As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. This is also true. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor?
True. All right. Bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand.
All right, Gantendorf, get over here. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
What is this, some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch.
Your name and occupation, sir.
Worthy, are you sure you want to do this?
Your name and occupation.
So, you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police.
Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony.
Oh, righto, what's with the grim face?
First, let's clear up this SL9 incident.
Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor?
Wow, so cavalier, so nonchalant about it.
Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already.
There are still some things unaccounted for.
Oh, like what?
Like the role you played in all of this.
Son, either you're very brave, or very foolish.
Yes. Any responsibility of forged evidence should be on the police department. I mean, I guess, but the prosecution also finds evidence on their own as well, and it gets approved by the police department. I don't know, there's lots of steps, and ultimately everybody should be held responsible in some way or another, I think. I know you're just trying to defend your mans, but that's just the way it is.
You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Are you threatening me? Your Honor, your boyfriend's threatening me in court in front of everybody, in front of my coffee and my salad. Weapons?
Sure, take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to.
What? Is that true?
I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify.
Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks.
Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well, the witness may now begin his testimony.
SL9 incident.
As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day.
Well, I also want Gant to be held accountable. Edgeworth should also be held accountable, but it should not all fall on him. I guess.
To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery.
Uh-huh.
Is that when Dark was arrested? He was lying on the floor unconscious.
And allegedly, this is how Neil was.
When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut.
No. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. There should be a workshop on how to detect forged evidence. I mean, I guess. That would change a lot of things, I think. Okay, cross-examination. Okay, so we know he's lying because he had in his safe he had a piece of that jar. Whatever, fuck it. Yeah, he had a piece of this, and he also had part of the evidence list hidden in his desk. And Edgeworth straight up told us that he only ever had like half of it. So like something is not correct. Something is not correct. But I feel like he'll probably say something about us, like, rooting around in his safe if we present the piece of the jar. I mean, he'll probably say something either way, because the jar was in his safe and the list was in his desk. And we shouldn't have been in there, theoretically. But, sir? You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up.
Explain yourself.
Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Something's not right here. Ha ha ha! Right! There's actually one thing that's right here. That's Phoenix Wright. Ah! Ah! Anyway. Take this list, for example! Thanks. For that, woe, ad be upon you. In like a minute.
That's the list Emma Sky drew her picture on.
This was discovered in your desk. Not only that, but a piece of this jar that was sitting in your office was found inside your safe. It was a bit delayed, but close enough. Yes.
It was found where?
You see, Chief Gant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office. Joke's on you. I'm subscribed! Whoa, ad be upon you anyway. Are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation.
Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? Ho!
How dare you, sir? Sir, I'm a respectable barista lawyer. You seen this shit Squidward's house?
He is a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy.
I mean, yeah, kind of the point. So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery?
Who, me? Or do you mean you?
Me? Why would I have anything to do with that?
Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know.
Yeah.
Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, righto?
However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation.
Worthy, my boy. My boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment.
No, don't punish him more. He's been through enough. Dick doesn't need punishment. Unless he's into that kind of thing. I don't know, I should ask him. What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work.
Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office, and their relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together.
Are you referring to the judge? You're like the same age. You're both in your 60s. Huh? Evidence and forgery.
Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. If Indeed, I believe I will press charges so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. All right, Udgy. In return, though. I know. That place, right?
Oh, they're making dinner plans right in front of me. Huh? What are these guys, telepathic? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Can't prove when they were discovered. They were found after he's convicted. No reason I would participate in a forgery. I mean, you're a pretty selfish guy, so if there was something for you to gain out of it, you probably would. Like, if Lana was the one who, like, showed up first and rearranged the crime scene and you showed up and helped her, you would have that blackmail leverage on her. You could be all like, oh, I'm going to arrest you. I'm gonna blow up your whole life. I'm gonna make everything suck ass for you. Haha. That, and she's also the chief prosecutor now, so for all we know, she could have got transferred over there from being a detective, just so he could control, like, the courts and stuff. Just so he could control the prosecutor's office or something and have her be his puppet or something. How can you look me in the eye and say that?
Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here, but in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye. Well, now do you see?
Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this.
Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit?
That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police.
Oh.
Resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive.
Oh, that's a good one.
Not to mention that after the whole shit, Gant and Lana benefited from things and everybody else involved got stilted. Yes. Angel got fired, Jake got demoted all the way back down to patrolman after just having made detective. They had to leave Goodman alone, otherwise there would be some real... everybody would be suspicious. Huh?
Do you really think I'm that incompetent?
What do you mean?
Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little.
Is that true, Edgeworth? But now Goodman is dead. Yes. Yes, he is. Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway. God!
Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at.
Okay. I mean, I can point at you and you can point at me. I guess that's how this is working, unless you're gonna, like, break my arm and make me point back at myself. Your Honor, your boyfriend's threatening me again. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else.
Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There, it's out in the open now. Udgy, would you mind if I changed my testimony a little? By all means, please do. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me.
Nah, there still would be something. Nothing in it for you?
Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Ooh, get him. Ho 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 ho! Oh, that's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? Yes. I'm still convinced that part of it had to do with Lana wanting to become a prosecutor anyway, and setting her up to be chief prosecutor was a big benefit for him. Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? Yeah, put out his accomplice. True, you might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean! Very well then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? Lana, obviously. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye, the defendant? I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her out more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. But how would he profit from all of this? He would be able to use Chief Prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over old investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the Chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Judge. Judge. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? If I wasn't sure that it was probably copywritten, I would be playing the goddamn Curb Your Enthusiasm music right now. What the fuck, Richard? Oh, wait. You must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind. Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive? To appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her. Righto, my boy, you have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana. She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I'm afraid without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless... unless... That is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about... the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. Chief Prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Okay, but why did you show that specific screenshot of Angel putting Lana's arm in a twist? Worthy, you better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? Order, order, order! I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious.
Huh?
This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That's impossible.
I mean, it's not impossible, I just fucking did it. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language. Yeah, way to go, Phoenix. Put it all back on Edgeworth. Judge, get your head out of your ass. Stop thinking with your dick. I mean, whether he's thinking with one head or the other, it's not making that much of a difference. The judge is not very smart. Quite frankly. He gets to the right conclusions in the end once we handhold him and get him there. But, like, he's the DVD, he's the DVD screen with the DVD thing just bouncing around and never hitting a corner. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. Looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this.
Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder?
Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets! But enough talk. Have evidence at you! Love how at this point both of them are just ripping into this man. I mean, to his credit, he's just taking it in stride. He's just standing here.
I'm literally just standing here.
The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell.
I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman.
What do we have? It's my badge! Look at my badge! This is the thing. No, it's not, obviously. It's probably the ID card record or something. Because the only one we don't have accounted for is this one, which we know to be Gant because that was the password to open his safe. And we also know that he called Edgeworth over to grab a piece of evidence to take it back to the prosecutor's office so he could get Goodman's body over to Lana. So that has to be it.
This is the ID card list.
Yep. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on this list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 777. 7777.
Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number.
It's your number.
What? How do you know that?
The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code.
7 digits? You don't mean?
I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 777-7777. Same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Ooh, look at him now! He's mad!
Order, order! Chief Gant, what do you have to say? Nothing! The defensive search of my office was in violation of regulations.
And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card.
Chief Gant, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm chief of police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, what's the difference? I can go anywhere I want.
Sir, are you telling me you piss on the floor of the goddamn evidence room? That's just not on. Maybe that gigantic bloodstain just covered up his fucking piss corner, and that's why he's so mad about it. Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone?
I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room.
Well, yeah, of course you don't want somebody to see you go into your goddamn piss corner. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he?
Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days.
Well, that makes you kind of a bad boss. You hadn't seen him in days? Chief Gant. I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. Oh, check your pants. I hope your fly isn't undone. I don't want to see that. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt.
Shut up. I'm getting there. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime. Then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? The mighty Phoenix is pressing hard, eh? Hello, attorney. Hello, Pharaoh. How are you doing tonight? Welcome in. I hope you're doing well this evening. Yeah, we certainly are pressing hard. And we heard earlier Dick is getting maximum punishment for things. So, yeah, things are great here in the courtroom.
In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence.
It's barrister barista. Yes, yes it is. When the ace is attorneying and all that. Yeah, she ace on my attorney until I objection. Thank you for having me here at the cafe. Things went a little bit south on a case I'm currently holding, but other than that, I'm good. Oh no, well hopefully things get better for you and they stop going south and they start going north instead. Or at least they work out in some way or other. What am I doing? I'm presenting proof that Goodman met with Gant on the day of the crime. Fuck, where is it? Here it is. His lost item report because his ID card went missing. Because Jake Marshall stole it. We were told, yep, can only be submitted to the chief of police. So, Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So, Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the chief of police. Yet you are in possession... Wait.
Yet you are in possession of that report.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your stay here at the cafe. I said it at the beginning of the stream, but I will reiterate it. I think today's stream is just going to be a bit of a shorter one until the end of however long this court segment goes. And then Monday, we'll go through and we'll do the final, like, court segment of this trial. Of this case, rather. At least that's what it's looking like right now. So if you want to see the thrilling conclusion, you will also have to come back then. Because usually Ace Attorney is going to be on Mondays and Thursdays. And that's going to wrap up on Monday. I am planning on playing the second game, Justice for All. But I am also going on vacation in, like, the second week of September, so I won't be streaming for, like, a week and a half. So I'm just gonna fill the Monday-Thursday slot with something else for the next week or so after this. probably play more Animal Lover because I was really enjoying that yesterday. Or just, you know, whatever strikes my fancy. Time to lay down and enjoy some good courtroom shenanigans. How's the game for you so far? I really like it. This is one of those games I've only played like once a long time ago, and like I've watched other people do Let's Plays of it. So I remember the general story beats of a lot of things, but I don't remember the specifics of everything. So it's almost like playing it like fresh again. It's like, okay, I know where point A and point C are, I just gotta figure out where point B is to get there. And I know a lot of people don't like this case because it's just so fucking long, and there's so much that goes into it. But I really like it. It is one of my favorite cases of, frankly, the whole series, just because of the characters and how much potential there is, like, in their backstories and story and everything. Even this fucking guy. But yeah, no, I am having a wonderful time with it. I don't remember the original trilogy anymore. The last time I played trilogy was 15 years ago. Damn, time flies by so fast. Yeah, that's a hot minute. Well, hopefully you enjoy hanging out while we do this. Or if it is something that you want to play for yourself, if you have the ability. Guys, I'm trapped in the cafe freezer. Send help. Oh shit, I'll be right there. Hang on. God damn it, I hate it when this fucking door gets stuck. Yeah, got it. There we go. I don't even know why we have a freezer. We have a refrigerator for all of our various milks and stuff, but we don't have a freezer. We've got like a little ice chest for making ice drinks and stuff, but we'll put a freezer in this cafe. Oh, you know what? It is a multiversal cafe, and there are some places that need like super sub-temperature ice, so that makes sense. But yeah, if you are so inclined, Capcom is... Thank you, I'm free. Good, I'm very glad to hear it. Yeah, that door gets stuck sometimes, it sucks. Capcom is having a publisher sale right now. My fingers are frostbitten. Oh no. I'm just a barista. I'm not an EMT or any kind of medical professional. But we can get you some help with that. Oh, that was me. It's for the stuff that needs frozen. Oh, okay, Nova. I gotcha. Anyway, yeah. Capcom is having a publisher sale right now. Don't put them directly under hot water. Put them in room temp water. Yes, exactly. Yeah, Capcom is having a publisher sale right now, so not only is like the entire Ace Attorney franchise on sale, a bunch of their other games are on sale as well, including Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. Hot water or hot items will damage the nerves. Yeah, right now on Steam, you can get the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy and the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy. You can get them both for 50% off for the bundle of both. So instead of the normal $60, it would be $30 for all 6 games. And that's like all 6 of the mainline games. That's basically $5 a game if you get that bundle. It's just math. On top of that, there is also at least the first Great Ace Attorney Chronicles game. That's on sale for 60% off, so it's about $16 USD. And even the recent release of the Ace Attorney Investigations collection, the Miles Edgeworth games, including the second one, which only just got its official English translation last year when it released. That's also actually on sale. It's $30 for those, but that's also, you know, because it's the most recent release. Instructions unclear. Now my fingers are gone. Not like this. We'll get you to the hospital. We'll get you all sorted out. Also, hi Tilly. Thank you for stopping in. I do appreciate it. I'm in the middle of ranting about the cost of the Ace Attorney games that are currently on sale because of the, like, Capcom sale. That sale is going on until the 24th, so there's only a couple more days. So if you've been kind of on the fence about it, I would, if you're able to, I would jump on it now. It's like I said, the mainline 6 games, the 2 trilogies, $30 plus tax, USD, or all of them. If you'd rather play through it yourself and get some, like, various dialogue that, you know, I haven't gotten. If you submit wrong evidence, you get new dialogue. If you press statements, you get different dialogue. Like, I know some people who just go through and press every darn thing, and it makes for good dialogue. But yeah. Cap off that rant, we've got an ad coming up in about another minute or so. All seriousness though, I absolutely adore the Ace Attorney series, one of my biggest gaming recommendations. Absolutely, me too. That's why I haven't shut up about it for the past, like, 5 minutes. Yeah, if you are a fan of, like, visual novels and just these kind of games in general, yeah, I would absolutely go for it. Like, you don't even have to get the bundle that contains both trilogies. You can get them both individually, and they'll still be on sale. So, like, if you're able to, like I said, sale ends on the 24th, so you got another day or so. Do it. Anyway, we're in possession of Goodman's lost item report.
Which means you can't be sure if he filed it.
He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day.
He needed to?
Yes, to transfer the evidence out.
Oh.
Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I still have my original DS cards for the trilogy. Oh my god, I love that for you. I had the first one, the second one. Ah, shit, ad. I'm gonna put it in chat. The first 2 and of justice. Never lay hands on trials and tribulations, though. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice, rather, the 5th and 6th games, were only ever eShop releases. I don't think they ever got physical releases, or at least if they did, they only got them, like, in Japan. But, yeah. For a time, I had almost all of them on DS and 3DS. Had to sell my entire DS collection, though. Rent does not pay itself. The first one and the second one, shit, an ad. Yeah, basically. Okay, are we back? Are we so back? We should be back. Yeah, I could never lay hands on the third game, but every time I went to a GameStop for a while, I lucked out, and I, like, found the first one, I found the second one, I found Apollo Justice. I had Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice from the eShop on my 3DS. We are so back. Thank you, Tilly. Yeah, the only one I couldn't ever get a hand on was the third one. And then I ultimately had to sell my entire, for lack of better term, retro game collection. All my N64 carts, all my GameCube games, all my DS games. I ended up having to sell them. We are so back! Yay! Oof. Yeah, well, rent doesn't pay itself, and if I'm being honest, at least with some of them, it was more for the nostalgia value than anything that I kept them. Because, like, I can honestly tell you, I had not played, like, most any of my GameCube games or anything since I was in college, and I graduated college, like, 7 years ago. I only played a game night or two with some of my friends. And that was only, like, one or two of the Mario parties or something. But, and before that, I hadn't played pretty much any of them since before my mom died. Because that was something that we used to do, like, all the time together. So it was purely nostalgia that I ended up holding on to a lot of them. And bills needed to get paid, so we brought them in and sold them for what we could. It's funny because the third one was the first one I got. Well, between the two of us, we ended up having them all. Anyway,
I accompanied him.
Yep. There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room.
Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman.
Well, yes. Exactly.
But wait.
I know the pain. I had to sell most of my games when I moved apartments. Yeah. Yeah, it was one of those, okay, I can sit here and keep holding on to various memories that I only have because of, like, you know, the physical memories of it. Or I can keep a frickin' roof over my head. So, ended up being pretty easy. Games and my Marvel figures. Ooh, yeah. That's always a hard one to do, too. I thought it was very also, like, poetic, because I think it was, like, the day before we went and sold them, my pre-order for the Story of Seasons, A Wonderful Life, had come in. Because they, like, remade it for the Switch, and Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life was one of my most played games on my GameCube. So I got to take, like, a cool little side-by-side picture of, like, you know, then versus now, the original versus the Switch remake. I took that, like, the day before we went and sold everything. So it was nice to at least have that little cathartic piece of it. Cathartic probably isn't the word I'm looking for, but it was nice to have that comparison before I ended up giving it up.
But wait, the chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort.
Yeah, but if you had, Goodman would have had your ID on his body. And he didn't. Yeah, I'm a sucker for that kind of, like, nostalgia thing. If I had, the original, like, Harvest Moon Grand Bazaar, I would probably do a similar thing. Because I know they're doing a remake of that, and that's coming out soon, if it's not already out. I think it might be next week. But I'd probably do something like that for that, too. I'm gonna be pissed if they end up, like, remaking Magical Melody, because that was another one I played a shit ton of when I was younger. And that was also one of the ones that, well, like I said, I sold everything. So if they ended up remaking that, I'm gonna be pissed. And I won't get to do a then and now kind of thing for it. I don't think they will. Magical Melody was not one of their more popular ones.
Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body.
No! Oh shit, there he goes! Got fucking electrocuted.
Chief Gant, you didn't!
Yeah, calm your lightning rod down there, Sparky. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. Did that with Majora's Mask 3DS and the 64 Majora's Mask before I had to sell in 64 Majora's Mask. Oh man, that's cool. Yeah, or rather, my brother more specifically, had Ocarina of Time. I'm pretty sure that he got it, or, you know, more likely our parents got it for him, not long after it came out, because one of my earliest gaming memories is him playing Ocarina of Time, and our mom making him let me sit there and watch him. There's also that, and the time when I was... Alright, story time. I may have told this one before, but I'm gonna tell it again. I was like 3 or 4. You know, old enough to have some kind of memory for things, but not really that old. Yeah, let's say somewhere between 3 and 5, because Ocarina of Time was out and we had it. And I don't know if it was, again, my mom just being like, you know, play with your sister, do whatever. Or, you know, me just being an annoying little shit enough. Anyway, I wanted to play the game. So he was like, okay, sure. Handed me the controller. You know, I'm running around doing whatever. He probably took the controller from me to get actually progressing. But I remember getting to the Deku Tree, and he took the controller from me and was saying, oh, this is gonna be hard, and he, like, basically played through the entire dungeon for me, and got to the boss fight room. He deliberately looked up at the ceiling, triggered the boss fight, handed me the controller, and walked out of the room. Now, for those of you who don't know, the very first boss fight of Ocarina of Time is a gigantic fucking spider. And when you're, like, somewhere between the ages of 3 to 5 and don't really know how this game works in the first fucking place, and your brother just hands you the controller after triggering the boss fight, not a good time, man. Not a good time. I feel like he probably was laughing about it, like, the entire time, and our mom probably yelled at him about it. Because I feel like I was, like, freaking out. Because, again, giant fucking spider, 3 to 5-year-old who barely knows the controls in the first place. Like, retrospectively, shit's funny as fuck. When you're the 3 to 5-year-old, not so much. I got my... I'm pretty sure catharsis is the right word I'm looking for this time. Like, 10 years later, when I got the Ocarina of Time and Ocarina of Time Master Quest disc for the GameCube. And I played through it, and I beat it all by myself. Granted, I was anywhere between 13 and 15 when I finally did that, but I did it. GG, thank you, thank you. We're totally not going to talk about when I finally got to the water temple and I just got my ass beat by fucking Morpha like 8 times. That's not an accurate number, I just know it was more than it should have been. I had less time with the final boss. I had a harder time with Morpha than I did with the final boss. I can't decide if I'm embarrassed to admit that or not. I don't think I am. But yeah. My other earliest gaming memory is being terrified of the sound and death animation of Pac-Man. Because we had, like, the Namco Museum for the N64, like, cartridge that had, like, Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Galaga, Galaxian, Pole Position, and Dig Dug. I had an irrational fear of the cuckoos. No, see, that's rational. Because if you don't know what you're doing and you accidentally hit them too many times and they just start coming at you, that's terrifying as fuck. That's justified. My dad printed me a whole GameFAQs walkthrough for Oot when I played it. Okay, I love that for you. If I ever printed a GameFAQs for the games I ever actually needed it for, I would simply need entire reams of paper. Because the GameFAQs I remember needing a game... the game I remember needing a GameFAQs for the most was Tales of Symphonia. So, being one of the, like, 20-some-odd games for the GameCube that had 2 discs, that would have been a lot. With the water temple, it's either whether it's the dungeon itself or the boss, and yes, everyone has trouble with the water temple, either it's the dungeon itself or the boss, and yes, I mean both N64 and 3DS. Yeah. Link's Awakening and Gex 3 are the earliest memories I have, lol. Okay, is it the original Link's Awakening for the original Game Boy, or the one for the Game Boy Color that had the color dungeon? I'm not gonna say it's an important question, but it's a distinction I would like. Because I'm a nosy little bitch. But yeah, no, for some reason, the sound of Pac-Man dying, the combined with him, you know, inverting himself and just disappearing, terrified the fuck out of me when I was like 3. Color technology! Yeah! Now see, that is one thing that I do like about that, is that when they did do, you know, Game Boy Color, they didn't have to, but they did for the sake of, like, showing it off. They made, like, a whole extra dungeon just to show off the technology. Original. Ooh, nice. From my grandpa's Game Boy. Nice. That's really cool. Pretty sure my uncle had an original Game Boy, but it was, like, up on display on a shelf on the wall, and we were never allowed to play it. They did have a Super Nintendo that my cousins and I would play Mario World on. And, like, you would think that would be, like, an earlier gaming memory. No, I'm pretty sure that came after my N64 memories. But who knows? I could be wrong. This all happened anywhere between, again, the ages of 3 and 5. Anyway, nobody would choose the police department as a place to commit murder, or probably any crime, honestly. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. Yeah, and how did it get there? Come on, Edgeworth. Use your brain. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Phoenix, you don't know shit. Let's be real. You're always out of the loop. You're always doing whatever the fuck. My grandpa was cool as hell. Played through Final Fantasy 1 through 6 when he got a DS and actually borrowed my copies of the Ace Attorney trilogy and played through them. Nice. That is cool. You and my partner would get along in sharing stories about your grandparents being cool as hell in regards to, like, video games. Because a lot of his early gaming stuff comes from, like, his grandparents. Mine, not so much. And that's fine. Different people have different bonding points. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal.
Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so.
Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. All this time I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space.
How could the chief have moved the body?
He didn't have to.
Mr. Wright, show us this evidence.
To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this. Evidence brought from a past case of Edgeworth brought back to his office by Gant's request. And we could probably either show this or the parking stub that shows that Edgeworth went back to the prosecutor's office because the body was found in his trunk. This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body. He used the screwdriver, grabbed like the tag of his coat, and just dragged him along the road with that.
What's that? A screwdriver? But what does that have to do with this case?
Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here?
It's here because... Ah!
I was asked to go, by Chief Gant, no less. He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But you did, because Chief Gant asked you to.
You mean I...
Body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car.
Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Yes, unless of course you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye.
Order, order, order! What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations?
Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk.
Chief Gant, please say something! I believe... Your time's up. My time's up? Sorry, righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're to make it in time for the early bird special.
You would worry about that, wouldn't you, fucking grandpa? But the cross-examination isn't finished yet.
Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons? Yeah, remember he threatened you earlier? Well, he's done that a few times, so I guess this doesn't stand out.
Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
So you're going to just run away after all this?
Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy! I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes.
But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now.
Well,
You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. David Gant is the current chief of police.
Oh, excuse me. Jeez. How rude.
This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor?
Do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Skye dispose of his body.
Do I have any concrete proof? I don't. I don't think I do. It's the Blue Badger! He did it! He's all the proof we need. No, I don't think we actually have any proof. Concrete proof? What, does Phoenix look like a construction worker? I mean, with how hard-headed he can be. Ah! Speaking of hard-headed, I have to be pretty hard-headed to keep surviving all this getting thrown all over the place. If Phoenix were a construction worker, he would be the workplace hazard because of his spiky ass hair. Yeah, I don't... As far as, you know, hey, Damon Gant stabbed Bruce Goodman, I don't think we have any proof. Like, the only way we would get any kind of evidence, which we don't, because we can't look for fingerprints on anything, because Gant always wears gloves. For all we know, he's the one who left that bloody handprint on Gumshoe's locker. But again, he always wears gloves, we can't tell. We can't fingerprint the switchblade for his fingerprints, because, again, gloves, and, you know, our fingerprints are all over it. I mean, obviously our fingerprints are all over it because we've been handling it. About the only thing that we could have would be if Lana finally got her head out of her ass and testified against him, but I don't think she will yet. Like, we haven't made it that far, for lack of a better term. So we just kind of have to say we don't. I have no proof yet. No use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence.
See, Aji! In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief.
What?
Here's a tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Aji, I'll leave the rest to you.
Okay, bye.
I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency.
Ah! Lady Luck.
Maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean?
There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial.
We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony.
A lady who knows the truth. Another witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify. Is Chief Gant a lady, Phoenix? Maybe he is. I don't know how. I assume he's not. How bold of me to assume the chief's gender, I guess. But no. Come on, Phoenix. Maybe Gant it. You know what? You're right. Who knows? I mean, he knows, but we haven't asked him. And he's gone. He's gone off to have lunch with the district attorney general or whatever. There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room.
Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person?
Why are you asking me, Your Honor?
Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses.
Excuse me. What are they eating? I don't know. They're going somewhere where there's an early bird special. I assume it's for senior citizens. The early bird special, if you show up between 2 and 4 p.m., you get like 50% off, or you get like senior pricing on your meal.
Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist?
She may not be willing to tell me the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth the ghost of Bruce Goodman. No, it's obviously Lana.
The defendant? Miss Lana Skye?
She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task to dispose of the victim's body, in accordance with a certain someone's orders.
Mr. Edgeworth? Prosecution has no objections, Your Honor.
Oh, I am objecting to me yawning so much. I apologize.
Very well, the court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in Hold on! Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana.
Dang, a sleepy barista. That's the thing, I'm not even that sleepy. I'm just yawning.
Maybe I am sleepy. I don't know.
You'd think the coffee would be having the opposite effect, but no. He's talking to Lana.
I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences.
Your Honor, he's threatening my witness, aka my client.
That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder.
Ah, this isn't good. Sipping my G Fuel. I love that for you. What flavor you got? I've got another energy drink here, but I'm saving that for, like, work for tomorrow or the next day. Trying to, anyway. Worst case scenario, I might... Well, okay, let me try that again. Green cherry apple. Ooh, that sounds tasty as fuck. Whenever we hit the to be continued screen on this, that's where I'm gonna stop for tonight. And then on Monday, we're gonna finish this. So right now, we're just gonna get to the to be continued screen. Except for the fact it's very obvious she didn't kill him on purpose, and therefore punishment will probably be therapy. Yeah, that too.
Of course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. Alright then. I've got a lunch date to meet.
Oh, the judge is probably sad that he's not the lunch date.
Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess.
February 25th, 2:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
Looks like we managed to stay in the game.
Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. That chief, he's something else, eh, pals? Detective Gumshoe. I'm not a detective anymore. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Ah, don't worry. I've already decided where to work now. I mean, you could come work for me. I don't know if Phoenix will actually be able to pay you. But, like, we could use your help with investigations or whatever. At your office. Yeah! My office? Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with. Did he mean Maya? Phoenix, how many top-knot-wearing girls do you know? 2. You know Maya, and you know Emma. That's it, man! Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? not fair he has the right to refuse to testify.
Settle down, Wright.
Excuse me, now I've got the hiccups.
And I'm still yawning. This is a shit show. Remember what the judge just said. But Chief, that is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
Risks? What did he mean by that?
It's simple. If the Chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true.
You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Ah, Emma! You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too?
Emma, are you okay?
Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery.
So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before.
No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved.
Relieved?
Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me.
Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her.
What do you mean?
What do you think I mean? Follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside. Forced herself to do anything and everything the Chief told her to do. That must be why she became so cold.
It's all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor.
I see.
Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act.
Emma, why don't you wait here?
No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth.
Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this.
Well, he's not wrong. It's time to end this indeed. Not the this that he means, though. Save our progress. Trial ladder 2.
Oh, jeez.
And thank you for showing up. Thank all of you for showing up and being here tonight. I do appreciate it, as always. Like I said, I'm sorry it's a bit of a shorter one. But well, among other things, just real life stuff is preventing me from going, like, too late tonight. Like, I gotta get up relatively early tomorrow. So as much as I would want to continue, it's better if I don't. Let's put it that way. Because I'm certain this next segment is just gonna go... It's just gonna go for, like, a while. I had a blast. Well, thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. That's okay. You do what you gotta do to take care of yourself. I plan to. I very much plan to. You know, get through some real life stuff. And then Monday we will be back. We'll finish this up. Finish up not just this case, but this, you know, this game altogether. And like I said, we're just gonna be doing some variety stuff for the next few, like, Monday, Thursday slots. Yeah, take care of yourself. I will. Thank you. And you all take care of yourselves too. Yeah, so once we finish this, I'll be doing a couple probably variety kind of streams. Yeah, I'm thinking I might be continuing probably at least another stream or two of, like, things I've done for What the Heck Wednesday. I'm I really enjoyed playing Animal Lover last night, so I'm probably gonna do some of that. Like, I know we didn't meet all of the guys in that game in the first place, so I want to do that. So I might just fill those Monday, Thursday slots with that until after I get back from my vacation, and after that, I'm gonna start Justice for All. Cause like I could do Justice for All, like start the first case, do the first case, but that's basically just the tutorial, and that would probably be only one relatively short stream like this one was. Like when we did the first case for this game. Like that did not take very long at all. We did it in a single stream. And I don't want to have a single stream of one case, start another case, and then I'll be gone for like a week and a half. I don't want to do that. So that's why we're just going to do some variety stuff, fill the time. Like I said, maybe probably do some more Animal Lover, maybe some more Date Everything, some Peak, some Balatro. Fuck, I don't know. We'll see. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Until then, let's go find somebody to raid out to. Let's go hang out with somebody. I don't know who yet. I gotta go figure that out. Now, you know what? I've been thinking about her a lot lately. Go away, ad. I'm snoozing you. We're not gonna be here. I'm snoozing these ads. So we are going to play. Well, we're not going to play. We're gonna go raid. We're gonna go raid Wee Wee. She's doing what she's calling the Old-a-thon, where she's playing like a bunch of, well, older games. I think she's going through like the Nintendo Online stuff. Right now, it looks like she's playing Mario Tennis for the Nintendo 64, which is one of the ones I grew up on. That was also one of the cartridges we had to sell. I remember getting really pissed off because Shy Guy was a cheating asshole. Oh, maybe it looks like she's doing something else. Hang on. Let's find out. Or let me find out, rather.
You don't need one. Hylia is right. You don't.
Oh god, I'm locked in the cafe bathroom. How does this keep happening? Here, I gotta get you out. Yeah. Eh. Why does the lock get stuck? Ah! There we go. Okay, should be good now. Okay, good. We're good. Looks like you're good. Yeah, so it looks like she's still doing that. Our raid message is in chat. Your to-go order is here, Cafe Raid. Remember, drink some water, take your meds, eat some food, get some rest, and you all have a good weekend.